The government and people of Puerto Rico are undergoing a fiscal consolidation, which is an attempt to lower budget deficits and to reduce government debt. Our guiding principles that we discussed today state that reforms must increase the economy's resiliency against negative shocks. They must be durable over time and robust against different circumstances. They must be conservative assumptions without assuming a federal government bailout or using unrealistic improvements in economic growth. They also must include appropriate mix of structural reforms to improve the effectiveness of government and increase economic growth. In other words, it's not enough to simply patch together a budget plan that might have a 51% chance of middling levels of success. The Puerto Rican economy needs and the Puerto Rican people deserve much more than that. These guiding principles that we outlined are important. Several years ago, I studied over 100 attempts at budget reforms taking place in 21 different countries over 37 years. To be frank, most of these attempted reforms failed. Debt remained high and economic growth remained low. One reason these failed is because they made small changes around the edges while failing to answer the big questions. How large a government workforce do we need? What kinds of social welfare programs do we provide, and how do we structure them? Pension benefits are adequate for public employees while affordable and equitable to the taxpayers who finance them. Research shows that the reforms that succeeded tackled the big programs, such as social transfer payments and government employee payroll. They did so through policy changes, not stop-and-go annual patches. And these successful reforms were rewarded with higher economic growth. In looking at the situation we face, I ask that all consider the truly big policy need to be answered. While more difficult in the short term, facing the big questions is the key to restoring prosperity to the people of Puerto Rico.
Thank you, Mr. Biggs.